If you are somebody who loves skincare, if you are somebody who's been in the game for a little while, right? You know and you've identified who are the best in there, right? You know the trailblazers, you know who to get to if you want the real knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss and Dr. Rashmi Shetty is of course a board certified dermat. She's a global speaker. She's an author with more than 25 years of experience in clinical studies. She's of course a faculty member of the University College of London. She's an opinion leader and she has endorsed many good global brands. Best-selling author of Age Erase. Thank you very much for that book, madam. It is a wealth in itself. She's a speaker, she's an educator, and of course, somebody who's extremely gracious with over 4.5, yes, hold your breath, 4.5 million or lakh followers.
Way of nature and science. Second, it's the nature which is validated by science. A lot of us currently have the confidence in nature, but important thing about Himalaya also is the fact that it is also validated through science. And the third, we are the pioneers in face care. And important thing is that we've also been evolving. This year marks the 25th year of Himalaya Neem face wash, and our decision as well to really reform the overall formulation. From the old Neem to new Neem to new Neem, we continue to be the #1 face wash. All confidence from you guys. So thank you so much, and a huge round of applause to all of you guys. But the important thing is we just don't talk about face washes on TV, on digital as well. We also take it to the consumer where it really is important. The first one, we also have stool contact programs in which we touch base with 1 lakh plus teenagers, talking not just about pimple but also skin positivity. Another purpose program that is really close to our heart is the Wonder Woman. The broad thinking behind this purpose program is the fact that a lot of teenagers, because of the pimple, lose confidence. The intent of Himalaya Neem face wash is to make sure that they are inspired to aspire to be the #1. Like all the protagonists that we see in our life. So if you look over here, it's Smriti Mandana, and we invited her to talk to the people, to talk to the kids who want to be the best cricketer. So that is where the second purpose program for us basically has been built in. And from where we were to where we want to go, we are also evolving Himalaya.
Alright, there we have it. We are very eagerly anticipating our very young friend just about to join us on this stage for the launch of this fabulous product and offering. You know, in the meanwhile, it's a fantastic time for a tete-a-tete. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Can we have a microphone here, please? Thank you. Ragini, you're going to take us through some of your thoughts later on. But before that, I just wanted to ask, I did ask this question to a lovely lady sitting here as well. How do you improve upon an OG product? I understand it's keeping your ear close to the ground and of course, developing and putting in more elements. But tell us more about that.
Working? Yeah. Okay, great. First of all, a huge welcome to the amazing ladies out here and also the great gentlemen who are here to take some of the photographs and cover this really special event for us. The world of Neem, I hope you've seen a lot before this. We wanted to make sure that the kind of trust and the kind of research that we at Himalaya have done about Neem, we bring it to you. It wasn't easy to begin with. 25 years of Neem face wash, being the market leaders for so many years, the question always comes to us that if it's working, why change? But we always keep meeting our consumers, and consumers are changing, environment is changing, a lot of stresses in the environment are changing. And as we met consumers, they said, of course our pimple problem is getting resolved, but it keeps coming back. And we're not happy with that. We need to develop a product that actually solves all the problems. Yeah. And that's what our R&D friends got into. The moment they heard this from 2,000 consumers that we went ahead and the majority said, it solves problems, people do go, but they come back. And we took on it as a challenge for us and said, why can't we make something even better from where we are today? And that's how the new Neem was born. The best ever Neem was born, with not just the Neem leaves, but the power of 5 parts of Neem to make it a lot more potent in solving the skin problems of today's consumers.
That is a very important answer, and I thank you for that. That is excellent. So, I'd like to, there we have it. But while the lovely lady joins us on stage, I have a question for you. Now, what is your favorite world of neem story? Everyone has it. What's your favorite world of neem story? Like, I have one, yeah? When I had chicken pox, I had this huge, boiling neem water and we're taking copious amounts of neem on our body. What is your favorite or memorable neem story?
I think for myself, during the COVID, for me, neem was my go-to thing for my face wash regimen, whether it's morning or the evening. It used to give me that solace, that's something which has been a constant in my life. So that's something that I've loved and I've cherished over the years, and as recent as the COVID itself.
No wonder, Abhishek, you have great skin. Great skin, great hair. Nitanshi, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the lovely, lovely lady here. Please, welcome, welcome.
We met 2,000 plus consumers. We understood what their need was, and that's what got our R&D excited to say, how can I make something that is already the market leader even bigger, even better. We know that there is a lot of potency in neem. Neem leaves work as an anti-inflammatory, as an antimicrobial. But the biggest insight that came from our R&D folks, they understand nature so well that they said there is so much more potency in all parts of neem. It's not just about those same properties. Every part of neem has a different property to solve your pimple problem, to soothe your skin, to provide your skin the kind of nourishment that it needs in addition to solving for your pimple problems. The journey began that way, and then over the period, we've now evolved ourselves to the new Gen Z consumer. The Gen Z consumer today wants to not only solve the pimple problem, but not think of it as a big deterrent in her life, right? She wants to skip it and get on to the better part of her life. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our new communication of neem face wash. To know that face wash penetration in India is only 30%.
Really?
In fact, it is as low as 19% in rural. Because a lot of consumers want soap, which is what Shetty asked.
I can just interfere here. I just want to elaborate why no soap. Because soap is a bar which you use on your face, put it back on the tray. Use on your face, put it back on your tray. Your neighbor may be also coming and using it to wash their hands. Somebody else is using it to wash their face. And soap usually has a lot of fat to bind it and hold it, right? Best medium for bacteria to grow. So everything unhygienic is happening there. And the same soap you want to put it on your face. So therefore everybody is saying absolutely no soap, because from a face wash, whichever you choose to use, it's coming out with a dispenser, right? And then you keep it clean and shut the cap. So it's kind of clean, it's like a one-time use thing. You're again using it. So the hygiene simply of cleansing your face is so much more effective, no matter what product you use. It is soap or face wash. Sorry.
Absolutely. No, very helpful, very helpful. And exactly what my R&D folks have also taught me. And that's our biggest mission. How do you get more consumers to use face wash? Because the simple act of using a face wash versus a soap will help you get a cleaner face, will help in preventing it many times, the occurrence of pimple in itself. At the same time, it needs to be gentle on your skin. Again, something that Dr. Shetty just mentioned. And honestly, that's the ethos of everything that we do at Himalaya. At Himalaya, we are focused on providing gentle and effective solutions. They're gentle because they are born from nature. Nature has a lot of benefits to provide to us beyond the food that we eat. And that is what neem provides. Neem has that antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties that actually help you clean in the most gentlest way, but at the same time remove the microbes that are irritating your skin. But at the same time, we are not stopping at getting what nature has provided for us. We want to make sure that it is backed by science. So every product that goes out there, and particularly the new name face wash that you just saw, is clinically backed. It's clinically proven to prevent the recurrence of pimple, to prevent the pimple from coming back, only if you are using it regularly. So that's the simple ethos that we live with at Himalaya. How do we provide you gentle and effective skincare solutions?
Gentle and effective, I think that's the mantra. That's fabulous. Why don't you spoke about the fact that is that 14%, correct me if I'm wrong, is
90%.
19%.
मैं बस सबसे यही कहना चाहूँगी कि पहली चीज़ तो आप सबकी स्किन बहुत खूबसूरत है, आप सबको बस स्माइल करना है और बस दुनिया आपकी स्माइल पे फिदा हो जाएगी। नेवर वरी अबाउट पिंपल, बिल्कुल पिंपल के बारे में मत सोचिए। इनफैक्ट जिस दिन आपको पिंपल आए, आप भूल जाइए अपने पिंपल के बारे में, एंड आई प्रॉमिस यू विल बी लाइक अरे हाँ पिंपल था और आपने स्ट्रेस भी नहीं लिया और आपको वापस दोबारा पिंपल भी नहीं आया, बिकॉज स्ट्रेस की वजह से भी पिंपल आता है। एंड सेकेंडली, मेक श्योर जो आपका स्किन केयर है, इट्स नॉट टू हाइड योर पिंपल्स बट इट्स टू नर्चर योर स्किन। सो मेक श्योर आप अपने लिए ऐसा स्किन केयर चुने जो आपकी स्किन के लिए परफेक्ट है। ज़रूरी नहीं है सबके पास ग्लास स्किन हो, आपके पास छोटे छोटे पिंपल यहाँ पे भी होंगे, उनको दिल समझ के अपने आप को खूबसूरत समझिए।
टेंशन मत लीजिए ज़्यादा, अच्छी से स्माइल रखिए और खाना वाना अच्छा रखिए, बहुत ज़्यादा मत करिए, सिर्फ अच्छा हिमालय फेस वॉश लगाने के लिए न्यू
मैं भी मालूम
जी।
मैं भी साउथ इंडियन हूँ बट मेरी हिंदी काफ़ी शुद्ध है। सो सिंपल चीज़ें हैं, आई थिंक डॉक्टर और नितांशी ने आपको ज़्यादा अच्छे से बताया। मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहूँगी कि हिमालय का ethos रहा है कि हम जेंटल और इफेक्टिव स्किन केयर पे। आई होप आप लोगों ने ये वर्ल्ड ऑफ नीम देखा। हमारी इच्छा यही है वर्ल्ड ऑफ नीम से कि आप और जानें हिमालय नीम फेस वॉश में क्या है, क्यों काम करता है, कैसे काम करता है, कैसे आपके प्रॉब्लम्स को हटाए। और इसलिए हमने उसको इंटरेक्टिव रखा है क्योंकि अनलाइक मी नितांशी के जैसे काफ़ी सारे जेंसीज हैं यहाँ पर, मेरे कंज्यूमर्स काफ़ी जेंसी हैं, वो टीनेजर्स हैं, 18-19 साल की लड़कियाँ हैं, लड़के हैं। उनके लिए बात करने के लिए हम अपने आप को इवॉल्व करते हैं, ना सिर्फ प्रोडक्ट को बट जैसे हम बात करते हैं वो भी हम इवॉल्व करते हैं। इसलिए आप हमारे सहयोगी हैं ये सारी बातें कंज्यूमर्स तक ले जाने के लिए, क्योंकि आप जैसे बात करते हो कंज्यूमर्स को, आप इन्फ्लुएंस।
सो नितांशी, आपने तो बता ही दिया कि एक अच्छा सा स्माइल कॉन्फिडेंस गेन करता है, इवन दो यू हैव अ पिंपल ऑन योर फेस। बट आई वांटेड टू नो व्हाट आर द होम रेमेडीज और किचन रेमेडीज जो आपने यूज़ की हो आपकी सुंदरता को बरकरार रखने के लिए, कुछ बताएंगे?
मैं मेक श्योर करती हूँ कि मैं जो अपना स्किन केयर रखूँ उसको बहुत ही ज़्यादा सिंपल रखूँ, उसमें ज़्यादा चीज़ें ना डालूँ क्योंकि वो कभी कभी स्किन के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाती है। सो आई मेक श्योर कि मैं एक बहुत जेंटल फेस वॉश से अपना फेस क्लीन करूँ। इनफैक्ट बिकॉज आई बीन यूजिंग दिस फेस वॉश, मुझे पता है कि एक ही वॉश में मेरा पूरा मेकअप निकल जाता है। सो आई डोंट हैव टू गो बैक टू माई स्किन मेकअप रिमूवर्स, क्योंकि वो बहुत हार्श हो जाती है स्किन के लिए, कभी कभी बहुत इरिटेट हो जाती है स्किन। सो आई क्लीन माई फेस, आई मॉइस्चराइज इट नाइसली, एंड देन नाउ आई स्लीप। 8 घंटे की नींद बहुत ज़रूरी है, पानी पीना बहुत ज़रूरी है। सो है ना मैम? बस काम में नहीं कहती तो आई थिंक फुल मार्क्स। सो दीज आर द 2 थिंग्स दैट आई मेक श्योर। एंड छोटे मोटे जो चीज़ें हैं वो ये है कि हेल्दी खाना खाना, टाइम से खाना खाना, घर का अच्छा खाना खाना, फिर 2-3 बार आप बाहर का खा लो तो कोई बात नहीं चलता है।
And why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Shoma from Shoma Factory. So my question is actually, as you know, for this sort of new face wash is popular last 25 years. So now still for the this generation, this new generation, how it is works for them, how we have made it so advanced that they can also use it. However,
Firstly, I have to tell you this, that it's a full circle moment for me. It's like I do my favorite things, speaking about my favorite brand, क्योंकि मैं जिसको इतने टाइम से यूज़ कर रही हूँ और अब उसके बारे में बात कर रही हूँ, it's like talking about my favorite subject. So, firstly, it's a full circle moment happening to me. Secondly, जैसा आपने कहा, ये न्यू जनरेशन के लिए ब्रांड इसलिए बहुत ज़्यादा सही है, because एक तो
के बाद में उनका स्किन ग्रेड कैसा करेंगे? वो तो वेस्ट ही होगा ना, है कि नहीं ना? बट आपके का स्कार तो नहीं दिख रहा है मुझे किसी के चेहरे पे, लगता है सबने अच्छे से नींद लगाया होगा भैया में।
Doctor, I thought his question was that in तीनों में से कौन हमारे फेस वॉश यूज करता है?
All three.
Alright, Madam, you have a question?
Hi everyone, hi panelists. My name is Shetty and I am a full-time content creator now. My question is to Nitanshi. If you had to pick one product from Himalaya, your go-to product, what it will be?
It would definitely be the Himalayan Neem face wash, because one thing about me is that I want to wash my face right before I do my makeup or anything. If the two things that I carry, actually three, has to be sunscreen, moisturizer and a face wash. I just need it everywhere somehow, and that's why Himalayan Neem face wash has to be my go-to. And it's been my go-to since many years, so I'm not going back.
I can say that you are a OG girl for the Himalaya brand. Thank you.
First of all, very thank you for putting up a wonderful tag and setting up the aesthetics. It made the product concept pretty clear to me. So for someone like me who is very new to beauty things, the product is clear. I will come to the second and third facets, which are marketing and supply chain. Back then in early 2000, when the OG product was launched, I suppose it would have targeted urban areas, and as you said in your discussion, that it would have targeted people in millennials for 15 to 30 in the age group. Now with the new product, is the diaspora or the demographics in terms of age groups as well as the target audience in terms of the areas in India, are they changing? First question. Second question, if they are changing, then what will be Himalaya's strategy in terms of catering to the increased demand in supply chain as well as the distribution network?
Yeah, so we are more present in urban, but that doesn't mean we are not present in rural. In fact, we have quite a strong rural presence within the category. The category is not that big, but we have a very strong rural presence. The way the landscape has evolved is back to the mobile phones in your hands. Right? We continue to be present in all the general trade, modern trade, but e-commerce, quick commerce is growing very significantly, and with that, our products are present, especially Neem face wash, whichever size that you want, is present in e-commerce and quick commerce. It has led to a lot of evolution in our supply chain, because the way the supply chain works for general trade or modern trade is very different from the way it works for e-commerce. For quick commerce, it's very quick, of course, right? The product needs to be available in every dark store for us to fulfill the demand. And with the use of technology, we have massively scaled up and improvised our supply chain. On the marketing side, like I said, a lot more digital, a lot more creators, but more importantly, content that engages versus content that just informs. Like in the old days of TV, consumers just wanted to be aware of what is available because you pretty much had 15-30 seconds to tell that story. Today, consumers actually want to know, why should I use this product? What goes inside this? How will it make a difference in my life versus just the product and the problem solution that it does? And therefore, a lot of our content through you folks, through a lot of the influencers, has become a lot more engaging. It's no longer a one-way communication. It's really a dialogue with the consumer, and without us marketeers having that dialogue.
She is the young budding superstar Nitanshi, and this is me, Dr. Rashmi Shetty. Today we were at an event which spoke a lot about the ancient intelligence of ingredients such as neem and its science and relevance for today, and the best practices for taking care of your skin if you had acne, or if you're a teenager who knows that at some point you'll get one. What are the best practices to take care of your skin is what we have as a panel discussion.
So, कैसा रहा आपका experience आज का हिमालय?
ही ज़्यादा अच्छा था क्योंकि एक तो द नॉलेज वॉज पास्ड इन सच अ ब्यूटीफुल वे. एवरीबडी वांट्स टू नो व्हाट टू डू टू देयर स्किन. सब लोग बहुत कंफ्यूज होते हैं कि अपनी स्किन के लिए क्या करें, कौन सा स्किन केयर बेस्ट होगा. बट विद टुडेज कॉन्वर्सेशन आई थिंक एवरीबडी अंडरस्टूड व्हाई दे शुड यूज़ दिस फेस वॉश एंड इससे क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स हैं. एंड आई थिंक ऐसे बेनिफिट्स हैं जो सबको हेल्प कर सकते हैं, even the adults and even the young Gen Z audience, because usually people are having these simple problems where they don't know why the pimple is coming up, and उसके साथ कैसे डील करें, क्या क्या करें, फ्रेश रखें without too many chemicals, too many things that makes your skin harsh and is not good for your skin. And today we spoke about that कि कैसे this brand, it brings the purity of the nature and the reassurance of science, which works really well for the Gen Z audience and especially their pimple problems.
For young people को क्या कुछ कहना चाहेंगे जो हिमालय के साथ नीम के साथ जुड़ रहा है, those young people क्या कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? वो इंडिया बहुत बड़ा यूथ का कंट्री है.
यूथ को 3 चीज़ कहना चाहूँगी. एक, पिंपल तो सबको आता है. आपके पास ऑयल ग्लैंड है, पोर है, तो पिंपल तो आने ही वाला है. तो परेशान होने से पिंपल सिर्फ बढ़ेगा. पहला चीज़ आप समझो कि पिंपल क्यों आ रहा है. कभी कभी डैंड्रफ हो सकता है, कभी कभी आप जो खा रहे हो वो चीज़ शायद ठीक नहीं है, कभी कभी आप टाइम पे सो नहीं रहे हो या ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस ले रहे हो, कभी कभी हो सकता है कि स्किन के क्लीनिंग ही ठीक से नहीं हो पा रही. तो ये सिंपल चीज़ें आप सोच के उसको एक ऑर्डर में लेके आइए. फिर आपको ये समझना है कि एक्ने के पीछे भागते भागते स्किन का बैरियर ख़राब नहीं होने का. स्किन अगर लाल हो गया, इचिंग आ गया, इरिटेट हो गया आपका एक्ने का ट्रीटमेंट की वजह से, तो फिर फ़ायदा क्या हुआ. इसलिए जब आप चूज़ कर रहे हो आपका रेमेडी, ऐसा चूज़ कीजिए कि स्किन का बैरियर भी प्रोटेक्ट हो, स्किन के ऊपर का जो कीटाणु का बैलेंस रहता है वो भी, उसके साथ आपके पिंपल भी धीरे धीरे जाए. तो जो भी चूज़ करोगे रेगुलरली यूज़ करने का, जो हैबिट्स आप चेंज कर रहे हो उसमें कंसिस्टेंसी रखने का और पेशेंस रखने का, ये 3 चीज़ बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है.
नितांशी जी, जब आपको पिंपल्स आते हैं कैसे मैनेज करती है हिमालय या क्या कुछ आप
जब भी मुझे पिंपल्स आते हैं, पहली चीज़ तो मैं मेक श्योर करती हूँ मैं उसके लिए ज़्यादा चीज़ें यूज़ ना करूँ. अपने पिंपल को ठीक करने के लिए मैं उसको ऐसे ही रहने दूँ और बिना उसके बारे में सोचे अपना मैं दिन आराम से निकालूँ. तो जब ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस लेती